Man, I am not built for this cold. It is sure like the rest of the country, we're in the middle of this Arctic blast. I think this morning will be the last morning that it's really bad. But yesterday morning it was 22 and we had ice everywhere. Warmed up a little bit, but not quite to freezing. And then today, this morning, it was 18, but it is supposed to warm up to like 40 something degrees today. So it shouldn't be as bad today. Now those temperatures really aren't that big of a deal for the cows. You start talking about 18 or 20, really not that big of a deal. They were pretty much acting totally normal. But here in the south, we're not really set up for temperatures that cold. So I got most of my water lines buried, that kind of stuff. So let me show you what happens. My dad's already been out here this morning, and there's close to 1 inch of ice on our water troughs. Being as that we get maybe 1 freeze a year, we really don't have tank heaters or anything like that. And I use all this 1 inch poly tubing. 90% of it is buried. This is the very end of my run. I just haven't gotten to burying this yet. And what's unique about it is, in our area at least, the tubing doesn't ever bust even when it freezes. So this stuff's been out here since we've been on this property, so three full winters now, and I've never had the piping bust. Every now and then a fitting will bust, like one of the metal fittings where it marries up to the tank, something like that. And for us, it always warms up during the day enough that if I come knock the ice off the top of the tank, the places that aren't buried that freeze midday, it's black. Even if it doesn't get above freezing, if you get a little sunshine, it'll defrost, fill your tanks back up, and you're good to go. Now this is all frozen right now. So I don't hear any water flowing, so we'll have to come check later for leaks when it thaws out. But for now, the cows can at least get to, I've got 2 tanks on this field. So the minimum, they got about 500 or 600 gallons of water. Should be enough to get them through today. I guess just to let everybody know, the Arctic blast, yeah, it wasn't that fun for us, but we survived. It really was a non-issue for us. I've gotten away from having winter calves because you could guarantee if you had a calf or you had pregnant cows, they would have calved in this cold. And like yesterday morning was wet. So the cold, wet, bad combo for calves. So I've completely gotten out of that because our January, Februarys are just riddled with these cold and wet combined. So I just don't mess with calves in the winter. We have all our calves March or April, unless I have problems like we did last summer with a bull, but I'll just have them later, not earlier, to the best of my ability. So really no problems on the farm, but there is one little thing I wanted to discuss with you guys, and that's kind of my schedule. So I know I generally post a video once a weekish, maybe twice if something interesting is going on. We do have several things coming up. So in the next couple weeks, we are going to be starting our rotation. You see all my fields are starting to turn green. This is the last one I planted, so it's the shortest, and it's got we had that hard freeze. But my far field, or what I call my south pasture, is just about ready to start grazing. So I will be showing you guys a couple things I do to make sure we don't get into trouble with our cows. So going from primarily a hay diet to a green diet can be a little dangerous for cows and getting bloat. So I'm going to show you what I do, and has worked. I don't often put cows on just hay diets, but stuff like this does happen occasionally. So we will have that, and then we're going to be working these calves here. As soon as we start rotating and I get past my catch pen, we're going to work all these calves. So we're going to do vaccinations. We're going to do, I got a couple of them. I may clip the tips of their horns just so they're not sharp. And then I got some bull calves we're going to castrate. A couple of tags to fix up. So we got a few things we're going to do. We're going to work all the calves and mama cows, because it's getting close where we got at least a couple of cows that'll probably calve in March. So that's just start our calving, and usually we start a few months before with the vaccinations, so the calves get some benefit of the mama's vaccinations when they're born to carry them till they're, like this calf crop that's 4 or 5 months old, and they get their first shots. So we will have all that. Problem I have is with my job right now, we started a turnaround, which basically means I'm going to be working every single day. I hadn't picked my schedule yet, but I may work the swing shift where I go in mid-morning and just cross over, work a little bit with the day shift and a little bit with the night shift, then come home. So I may have a few hours here during daylight every day. So hopefully we could keep up with getting you guys a couple of videos, and so you can keep up with what's going on with the farm. But if I don't post for a few weeks, I apologize in advance, because I will be working every single day at the plant. So anyway, like I said, freeze, Arctic blast, basically a non-issue for us. Cows are all doing good, grass is still growing, and we will be grazing green grass, I'm thinking in probably 2 weeks time. So anyway, hope everybody else made it through this terrible weather, and I will see you on the next one.